Hello, everyone. We are back with more album wars here. Just felt like recording an episode, so yeah, we're booting this thing up, and let's just get started with it. So every album in a bracket that I've listened to. So yeah, let's just get started. We got Fresh Cream by Cream, and then Neo Yankees Hotel by Fishmans. And this is kind of interesting because these are like, fairly big bands that, these are some of their earlier albums, like Neo Yankees Holiday. Like, I don't think most people listen to like the early Fishman albums. Generally speaking, people are more interested in their later era. Same thing with Cream. So yeah, I think this is their debut. I think so. Yeah, not a huge fan of early Fishmans. I think their late stuff is great, but the early stuff I'm not a huge fan of at all, to be honest. Um, I think Fresh Cream is a quite a good album, but it doesn't really compare to their later stuff either. So, yeah, I think we're gonna go with Fresh Cream. I definitely like it a little more than the early Fishman stuff. All right, we got Dead Man's Party by Oingo Boingo. I think most people's favorite Oingo Boingo album is not my favorite, to be honest. Probably be their second album, which I can't remember what that one's called at the moment. And then Dirty Mind by Prince. Not my favorite Prince album. I kind of like the more like zany, like weird stuff. Purple Rain, and definitely what's that one from '87? You all know it. Uh, but yeah, that album's also really really great. So yeah, but we're gonna go with Dead Man's Party here. All right, we got Sincerely by Caliuchis versus Sound of Silver by LCD Sound System. I mentioned it before. I'm not a huge fan of like 2000s music generally. It's probably my least favorite decade. But if I had to pick like three albums, I think this would be one of them that I take. It's my favorite dance album ever. It's very interesting. It sounds great. It's just awesome. I really love it a lot. Sincerely by Kali Uchis, I listened to it not too long ago. Don't remember much about it. Like it was good, but like not that good. So yeah, we're gonna go Sound of Silver. All right, we got Undermined by Fish. Kind of a not really not a peak Fish album. It's not bad, but it's Fish has way better stuff. And then we got Lux by Rosalia, which very interesting kind of art pop album. And I'm honestly unsure where to go here because on one hand I like Fish a lot. So the fact that Undermined is like my probably 11th favorite ish Fish album, you know, I don't know. Like, do I go with Fish here or do I not? Because Lux is a really good album. It's one of the better albums of last year. So it's really tough. Um, I'm honestly gonna go with Undermined. I think I'm just too much of a Fish fan. I think I'm just feeling it too much right now. Like songs like Undermined is really good, and I don't know. I mean, there's just some good stuff on there, so we're just gonna go with that. Don't Look Back by Boston, definitely way weaker than their debut. And then we also have Flower Boy by Tyler the Creator, kind of really where you start to see Tyler the Creator really come to his own or come into his own as an artist. And it's got some beautiful stuff on there, very very good songs on there. So we're gonna go Flower Boy here. I mean, if I wanted to listen to Don't Look Back, I would just listen to the debut. Sounds basically the same, and it's just way better. So, all right, Out of Time by REM versus Jukebox the Ghost, self-titled. And yeah, Jukebox the Ghost, pretty good artist, pretty good like pop rock stuff. I'm not even a huge fan of Out of Time, honestly. I honestly think REM's like an insanely overrated band. I'll just say that because like I don't know, I don't find hardly any of their albums enticing. And this is kind of one of those. Even though it has Losing My Religion on it, it's like the album in general is not that amazing to me. That being said, I really do like Monster. I think that's a great album. And then their 92 album, Automatic for the People. That's a great album as well. But yeah, I don't know. REM just does not hit for me. That being said, I'm still going to go with REM. Um, Mostly because Losing My Religion is on there, to be honest. That's mostly the only reason. Okay, we got Dopamine by Normani. Don't really remember it, to be honest. And then we have Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses. And yeah, I've said it before. Appetite for Destruction is one of my favorite albums ever, or my favorite rock albums ever, at least. It's fantastic. It's fun. It's got very memorable solos. I like Axl Rose's voice on this album. Not as much on his future albums, to be honest. Um, at least not on Chinese Democracy, that's for damn sure. But yeah, I don't know. I think this album's amazing. I don't get why people think it's overrated. I think it's just it takes the sounds of Aerosmith and AC/DC and just kind of turns it up to 11 in some ways. So yeah, let's just go with this one here. A Dramatic Turn of Events by Dream Theater. Probably one of their better late period efforts. actually really like this album. Actually, I think it's really really good. And then we got Ill Communication by Beastie Boys. Wasn't a huge fan when I listened to it. It might just not have had enough time to click with me honestly, but I'm gonna go a dramatic turn of events. I just feel like I enjoy it a lot more. All right, now we have Surfer Rosa by the Pixies versus Filth by Swans. That is not the album cover of Filth by Swans, but um, we'll take it. And yeah, I'm not a huge Swans fan to be honest, but Filth is my favorite that I've heard from them. It's very rockin' and like just I don't know. It's heavy. It's weird. Like it's very chaotic sounding. I think it's very interesting, and it never loses my attention. Whereas I feel like a lot of their other albums like really really lose my attention, um, like quite quickly. So yeah, it's really the only Swans album I can say I really like, but I haven't heard all of their catalog yet. And then Surfer Rosa by the Pixies, just one of my favorite albums of the. Oh, it's an '80s album technically. Yeah, I mean it's one of my favorite albums of the '80s, and we're obviously gonna go with that. I mean you have a lot of classics on there. Honestly, I think I would gravitate towards the crazier songs, like stuff like "I'm Amazed," as short as it is, uh, and then like "Bone Machine" and stuff like that. I don't know, just like really weird, like crazy songs. So yeah, we'll go with Surfer Rosa there. Oh, Ride, or no, River Euphrates. Is that what it's called? That's a really good song. All right, we got Killers by Iron Maiden or Dehumanizer by Black Sabbath. Um, I don't know. I pretty much think every metal album I listen to is like good to great. Dehumanizer is one of the only ones that I listened to it and I was kind of just like, wow, that wasn't really that good. Um, so yeah, I mean if a metal album's doing that to me, that's a problem. Killers, however, is awesome. It's great. Iron Maiden's not really my favorite metal band. I think they're good, but I don't think they're like my absolute favorite. But Killers is amazing. It's top five of their catalog for sure. So we're gonna go with Killers there. All right, now we have Among the Living by Anthrax versus Discovery by ELO. And man, ELO, such a dry discography. Did not enjoy going through that. It was like 14 albums, all of them pretty samey and kind of bland. Uh, and they have good stuff, don't get me wrong, but yeah, that being said, Discovery is one of my favorites, like for sure. Um, but even then, I think Among the Living is honestly better. I really do. So yeah, it's kind of sad. One of ELO's best is not even gonna beat this kind of not even the best metal album to be honest. But yeah, we're going with that one. All right, now we have Brothers and Sisters by Allman Brothers versus Lulu by Metallica. And let me first say this: I think Lulu is an extremely overhated album. Um, I don't know. I think it sounds cool. I honestly think it sounds cool. Like the lyrics, sure, they're terrible, but I'm not really a lyrical guy, so like, you know, I'm not really focusing on it that much, and truly, I'm kind of ignorant of what's on there. I've seen a little bit of it, and it is pretty bad, but you know, if I can just listen to these weird like soundscapes that Metallica's creating, and then just kind of this like just this weird feeling throughout the whole album, I think it's kind of interesting. So yeah, I think it's fine. Brothers and Sisters, amazing album, very jammy, kind of reminds me of like Fish or something. I mean, I'm sure they inspired Fish to some degree. Um, but yeah, we're gonna go with Brothers and Sisters. Probably need to re-listen to this one, even it's so freaking good. All right, we have a album from this year, Dead Load by Eel. That is not the album cover. Versus Rift by Fish. I like Dead Load by Eel. It's a good album. Um, it might be a bit too like weird for me, maybe. Or I don't know. It didn't really stick with me that much, but it is good. Rift by Fish. Obviously, it's one of my favorite albums of all time. I think it's fantastic. There's so many great like pop songs on there, kind of ballads, heavy like guitar moments, proggy moments like It's Ice and Maze. Um, and yeah, it's like a cool concept album. There's just so many freaking good songs, so many. Uh, a little bit of weakness with like stuff like, Horn isn't really that weak, but there's another one, Sparkle. Yeah, I don't know. Arguably Mound too. Mound is a little bit weak, but I don't know. Everything else is top notch material. So yeah, we're gonna go with Rift. Float Along, Fill Your Lungs by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard versus Fulfilling This is First Finale. This is pretty hard. I think these are both like great albums for sure. Um, I mean, I think I'm gonna go Float Along, Fill Your Lungs to be honest. And I could see a world in which I pick Fulfillingness's first finale here. The thing is, though, if I'm thinking, like, what would I rather listen to right now? I was thinking Float Along, Fill Your Lungs, just because it's been a while. I kind of want to re-dive the King Gizzard albums. I heard Fulfillingness's not too long ago, like, literally a few months ago. And yeah, I mean, it's great, but I don't know. I still think, like, Inner Visions is better. Probably Songs to Give Life is better. Um, yeah, I think I'm going to go with Float Along, Fill Your Lungs here. Scary Monsters and Super Creeps versus Regatta de Blanc, aka White Reggae. Um, yeah, I don't know. Not my favorite Police album, to be honest. I think my favorite Police albums are probably Synchronicity and uh, what is that debut called? It's in like French, I think. Whatever. Outlandos de l'Amour, I think, something like that. But anyway, Scary Monsters and Super Creeps in my top 10 albums for Bowie for sure. Very good, kind of like art rock, I guess would be its kind of genre. Um, yeah, it's fantastic. So we're gonna go with that. Blue Album by Weezer versus Deltron 3030 by Deltron 3030. I don't know what this album cover is doing, but anyway. But yeah, the Blue Album by Weezer, pretty overrated. I think it's fine. Just fine, really. Deltron 3030, loved it. Thought it was so fun. So fun. So we're gonna go with that. Alright, and now we loop back around here. We got Fresh Cream versus Dead Man's Party. And, you know, I said Dead Man's Party isn't really my favorite of their catalog, but I think it's better than Fresh Cream. I thought Fresh Cream was a little bit just like alright. So we're going to go with that. Sound of Silver versus Undermined. It's a pretty easy Sound of Silver here. Yeah, pretty easily, I think. Flower Boy versus Out of Time. It's an easy Flower Boy for me here. Like, as I said, Out of Time, pretty weak. Pretty weak album, so yeah. Appetite for Destruction versus A Dramatic Turn of Events. You know, as great as A Dramatic Turn of Events is, especially for a later period album, you just can't beat the classics of Appetite for Destruction. Just so good throughout, so yeah. All right, we got Surfer Rosa versus Killers. And, you know, I think Pixies has the more classic tunes on here. Killers is great, but I feel like when I listen to it, I can't remember like individual songs really. Whereas I listen to Surfer Rose and I can remember every song because every song feels very distinct, it stands out. It's like these weird kind of experiments and like different styles within the album. So it's gonna be Surfer Rosa. It's again one of the best albums of the '80s. So yeah. All right, Among the Living versus Brothers and Sisters, and we're going Brothers and Sisters. Some amazing jams on here, so good. Yeah, Rift or Float Along, Fill Your Lungs. It's gonna be Rift. Obviously, I think pretty much everything I said about it earlier was why I'm picking it over Float Along, Fill Your Lungs. Although that is still a great album. Okay, Scary Monsters and Super Creeps versus Deltron 3030. I think Deltron 3030 is great, but I feel like Scary Monsters and Super Creeps is more interesting to me. And you know, you got Fripp on guitar. And I think Fripp and Bowie are such a good match. I really love Fripp when he has these kind of dissonant guitar parts and stuff on very melodic songs. I think that's very interesting. And he does that with Peter Gabriel too, in a lot of his solo albums. And I think that combination is very amazing. It's just amazing. So, yeah, we're going to go Scary Monsters there. And here we're definitely going to go Sound of Silver. Just revolutionary dance album. Honestly, better than anything Daft Punk ever put out. Although I do like Daft Punk. I'm not like shitting on them. Daft Punk's good, but I don't know. I think Sound of Silver is just the best. So, yeah. Best of that genre. Flower Boy by Tyler, the Creator, or Appetite for Destruction. And it's Appetite for Destruction, obviously. I think Flower Boy is good, but there's like a few songs in there I don't care about at all. So, yeah. And honestly, I can't stand to hear See You Again ever again. I seriously, it's probably the song I am most sick of in my entire life. So, yeah. All right, Surfer Rosa versus Brothers and Sisters, and it kills me to get rid of Brothers and Sisters, but Surfer Rosa is just too good. It's just too good. I don't like it as much as Doolittle, but it is just too good. All right, now we have Rift versus Scary Monsters and Super Creeps, and yeah, it's Rift. It's Rift. I'm too big of a Fish fan. What are you gonna say? What do I have to say? And I think this might be the first time in Album Wars history where I think all of these are 9 out of 10s. I think, yeah, Sound of Silver, Appetite for Destruction, Rift, and Surfer Rosa. All of these are 9 out of 10s for me. So, who will win? We'll find out in just a second. Even I don't totally know. Um, Sound of Silver or Appetite for Destruction. Um, I think Appetite for Destruction is probably a little bit better. Um, Hard to say why. I think I could go either way, really, but I don't know. I mean, Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, My Michelle, Mr. Brownstone, Rocket Queen, It Ain't Easy. Like, all these are bangers. Like, they're so good. Um, so, yeah, I mean, we're just going to have to go for it, I think. All right, Surfer Rosa versus Rift. I'm not personally sure what I would do here. I think I would go Rift. That's my intuition. And I don't know. I think there's so much different styles on it and things that they're doing that's really cool, and they just have so many like top tier songs within it. I mean, Rift is a great song. Maze is a great. Maze is like 10 out of 10, just incredible. Um, I mean, I like Way. I like The Wedge. That's a great song. Like It's Ice, Silent in the Morning. I don't know. There's more that I'm probably not even thinking of. So yeah, and you can kind of say the same about Surfer Rosa, but there's a few songs I think get a little overrated. Like um, Where Is My Mind? I think great song, great song. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's a little overrated. Um, but yeah, I don't have to shit on Surfer Rosa. It's amazing. I'm not gonna shit on it. So yeah, we're going Rift, and yeah, I truly do think that Rift is the best album on here. I would pick Surfer Rosa over Appetite for Destruction if anyone would wonder. Um, yeah, I just obviously I love Appetite, but Rift is just better, and I don't know what to say. It's more interesting. It's more replayable. It's more distinct. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just have to give it to Rift here. So yeah, Rift is going to be the winner of Album War number, what is this, 4 or 5? I think, or 5 or 6. I mean, I think it's 5. Um, but yeah, just huge Fish fan. One of their best albums, so has to win. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and yeah, we'll be at it again in episode 6. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.